SwissBorg is the official partner of my channel where you can buy, sell, hold, and more importantly stake your cryptocurrencies. You can even earn yield on your stablecoins. Sign up with my link and you'll earn up to $100 worth of their native token CHSB just for depositing €50 worth of crypto. SwissBorg. Good morning everybody, hello, let's have a look at the total market cap, including Bitcoin and Ethereum and everything else, and an overview of the market. It is Friday, so we'll be wrapping up today's trading week with probably some upside. I know that sounds crazy, everybody always wants more downside. I'm still relatively biased to further upside across the board. Now, the problem here is obviously the Dixie being above 112. 112 is an area where it can easily remain above there and go back up to our previous high, and maybe beyond. So maybe I was a little too optimistic about that breakdown on the Dixie, but as far as I'm aware, we haven't closed the week yet, and the week can still close below 112. And if that happens, then excellent. The destination will still be met. However, we all know that this was all to do with rate hikes and monetary policy, the quantitative tightening that they were alluding to, right? Market's still speaking quite loudly. Here's your oil doing quite well, moving up to 93, no doubt. And I expect by the end of the year, beginning of next, we'll meet that holy grail of 104, 105, which is what we've had on our sites for so long. Gold also having a little bit of a pumperoo this morning. Back into its buy zone box. We've been below that now for the best part of this week. Very weak. Gold is very weak, and it was actually moving down with the dollar weakness, which is even weirder. Now we've regained a bit of dollar strength, and gold's moving up. What the heck? It's making very little sense. I know that on the Patreon live stream on Tuesday, someone was telling me about, was it Uganda or somewhere? Or Kenya. Some African countries just uncovered a hell of a lot of gold, so that could be part of it. It's obviously more supply, but yeah, gold's been a bit of an underperformer, but pumping up a little bit now. So we've got the Nasdaq on the pre-market, and a little bit of green, no big deal. But the total market cap of crypto still working on its breakout here. So this is the bear market breakout. And again, this makes it look even more enticing to make us believe that a bottom is in. So maybe this time round, the capitulation of the overall market isn't going to take place like it did in the previous bear markets. Whoosh, all the way up, down, 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 a sideways period. It's very similar to what we're seeing right now, and a plummeting destruction of price. That seems to always have been the case. So, whether we do see something like that or not, we're feeling as though it is, as far as cycle is concerned, and I've been saying this the whole time, anywhere from as early as September to December, we should have found that low and we should be beginning a new cycle. This one would be the ultimate, really, if it didn't end in a giant capitulation. But it still could, so let's recognise that. What do we think markets are going to do? Are markets going to capitulate? I don't know. There is always that chance as well. There's many black swans. We call them vultures at the moment, hanging around all of these charts. It's not exactly favourable bull market territory, to be honest. But you play the cards you dealt, and as far as we can see here, this is a breakout. Although, it doesn't always happen, but I do recognise that by my own understanding of watching these descending triangles form and break out towards the end of an apex like this, which is almost 99.9% complete, we might very well end up with a fake out. Boosh, and back down again, maybe even lower, because that's normally what happens in a descending triangle. You get towards the end of it, breakouts end up in fake outs, and so what we might see is something along these lines. We have a big, nice, tasty breakout, maybe throughout the rest of this month. I'm still in favour of further upside, I'm telling you now. Get rejected on one of these two major moving averages, and back down to the support, and that could be the capitulation that we receive, and that's where we could think about maybe, the bottom is maybe in. But again, that's highly speculative. It's not written in stone or anything like that. It's just an idea I'm putting out there based on previous cycles and formations. Right, so let's have a look at Bitcoin. So on the 4-hourly, having a little bit of a pumperoo. It very much reminds me of this, really. So we had a nice big pump up, moved back down to 20,000 pretty much on the dot. The buyers stepped in. They couldn't bear to see Bitcoin not be bought at 20,000. Serious level to be buying it at, really, because it doesn't correspond exactly to any short-term horizontal, nor really does it any moving average. None of that. It's just the psychological reference point of the last bear market's or the last bull market's top, or the previous bear market's bull market's top. So it's a psychological number that people are stepping in at here, which means that you know, on a psychological standpoint, that people are getting quite interested in Bitcoin despite the rumors and the bearish FUD. And everything else that swamps this market right now. So people are stepping in. 20,000 got bought again. 20,000 more or less got bought again yesterday. And we're seeing a nice reaction from that as well. What we can see here, we can do it on candle bodies or we can do it on wicks, but I prefer a candle body. We've got ourselves a falling channel, which we've broken out from now. So we should be seeing continuation on this as well. To be honest, we should. And I'm not going to get up all the altcoins in the world, but generally we're looking at a bit of a green day, to be honest with you, at the moment. This is very much in keeping with what I said yesterday when I said it's buy the dip. It's a buy the dip. I'm not afraid. Buy the dip. It's a buy the dip. Don't be afraid. Buy the dip. So, I mean, like I say, I'm not saying that I have an amazing handle on the market, but you know, it becomes a little bit more intuitive the longer that you stay in this market, and especially when you follow all markets together as one, recognizing that this Dixie move is largely an artificial move, and the technical move is still faces down. I know what it sounds like, because all we see now is the Dixie breaking out, and we have to, you know, as we are above 112. We do have to recognise that is a serious possibility. But I've been saying it, you know, on Twitter, on Telegram, or wherever, on the Patreon, that I still think the markets are speaking louder than the old men. And so with that, the old men did speak, and they caused this this green candle. They caused that. And other old men and old ladies, they're all speaking as well. The old Englishmen were speaking yesterday. I'm pretty sure the Europeans are speaking in a week or two, and those old men and ladies will move the currency market. But the other markets seem to be moving themselves, and this is what I still think. I still think that the markets are speaking louder than the old ladies and the old men, the geriatrics we'll call them. So with that in mind, further upside, as far as I'm aware, is most likely still, despite the rise in dollar price. You know, it can happen. Stranger things have happened, trust me. And so I think we're going to still see upside across the board for most things. As we've seen today, we've seen some vicious upside now on altcoins. And I reckon we'll probably continue to see that as well, just for a little longer. Maybe the Dixie cannot give us the handle that we so desire, but if we do start to get rejected and come back down, especially 112, then all of the previous analysis still remains strong, and I'll be looking for this to come back down to this 50 exponential on the weekly, which is a nice distance from where we are right now. And if we can see markets move up with the Dixie, which is what we're seeing right this very moment in time, you should be able to see markets continue to move up with the decline of the Dixie. And so that is, you know, as far as my analysis overall is concerned, this is a little bit of a glitch in the matrix going on right now. I still favour upside across all boards. Everything Balance 2.0 still on, which is why I was saying buy the dip yesterday. Yeah, when everybody on Twitter says, oh no, Dixie up, everything down. Well, it's not quite that simple. Markets are definitely speaking. Right, so anyway, I'll leave with you there. There's not a great deal more to say. We're going to have to watch the day materialise. I want to see how the Dixie closes in the week, because that will help determine the direction over the weekend, which again will help almost as a pre-market for traditional markets when they open back up on Monday. The markets are like a big game of chess. You play many charts as many times in advance as possible to try and get yourself some cash out of this market, which is, again, you know, has been a bit of a tricky market. It's not the easiest market to play, but we've been playing it fine. We've been playing it just fine. Right, thank you for watching. Hope you have a nice day. Feel free to join the Patreon, because there's a stream tonight. Otherwise, yeah, just have a nice day and take it easy. See you later.